morning, everyone. My name is Céline Sika. I am from Cameroon. I'm from Cameroon. I am very, very happy to be part of this wonderful project this year. Last year, I wanted to join, but for many other reasons, I couldn't join. So this year, I'm very happy to be part of it. And I'm going to share my story with you. I said I am a mother, I am a wife, and I am a daughter, and I am many other things. Because, women, we multitask, we do so many things. I am from a very, very humble background in Cameroon. I was born in a small city called Chang in Cameroon, in the western part of Cameroon, my country. We were 9 siblings, 7 girls and 2 boys. My father was a teacher first, very, very humble, the community teacher, because he never went to school to become a teacher, but he was a teacher, very loved in the village, and he knew the importance of education. And he did all what he could so that we all, not only the boys, but the girls too, his daughters could go to school. He knew the importance of education, and he would always tell us, I didn't go to school, but I want you, my children, to go to school to have a better life tomorrow. Because education, like Nelson Mandela used to say, education is the key that we need to unlock, to close the cycle of poverty and start a new one. My mom didn't have that chance to go to school because his parent, her dad friends convinced him not to send her to school because they told him, if you send your daughter to school, tomorrow she will say, I don't want to get married. And in a community where we are, marriage is the most important thing for girls. If you are a girl, you have to get married and you take care of your family, your husband, your children. And so imagine if a girl says, I don't want to get married. Imagine it is a disgrace for the family. So her dad, after hearing that, the dad said, no, you are not going to school. You have to get married. And she got married at 17, I think. Yes, she was 17 when she got married with my dad. So my mom didn't go to school, but she also knew the importance of education, and she did all what she could to support my dad, and together they sent us to school. And who I am today, I bless my parents. I thank my parents for making that possible, because if my parents didn't know the importance of education, or if they did like many other parents do, if they withdrew me from school, I couldn't have been able to do all the things that I did. So I want to say thank you to them, and for making it possible for me to grow up and become who I am today. And later on, when I met my husband, he too supported me. He didn't say, okay, now that you are married, come home, you have to take care of me, you have to take care of the house, you have to have babies and take care of the family, stop going to school, stop. No, he didn't say that. I am very, very, very lucky that I got to know a man who believed in me, who supported and is still supporting me to become who I am today and to do all the things that I am able to do today. Because many women, when they got married, everything stopped for them. They cannot continue dreaming, because you have to dream something before that thing can become true. They can't dream again because they are busy making babies and taking care of the husband, of the family, of the children, and that's not possible. It is not possible for them anymore to continue dreaming and doing what they want to do, what pleases them. So for me, that was not the case. I have been able to, thanks to my father, to my mom, and to my husband, and to many other people that crossed my path and supported me, I am able to do what I can do today. What is the moment I decided to become to become the change that I want to see around? When I was 11 years old, my parents decided to send me to go to the village and live with my grandmother. I guess I never asked my parents why they decided to send me to the village, but I guess that one of the reasons why they decided to send me to the village was that in our house, a small house, we were always between 12 and 15 people living in a 2 bedrooms. And my father, with the job that he was doing, he was not making a lot of money, and my mother was not. She was a house. She was at home, farming and doing say small business to support my dad to take care of the entire family. I believe that one of the reasons why they sent me to go and live in the village and continue my studies in the village with my grandmother was because, yes, there was no space in our house. So I went to the village where I started middle school. And in the village, something just, something touches me. Something really I don't know what to, it was very strong. What I saw in the village when I went to the village was very powerful. And from there, I think it changed the course of my life. So what happened? I go to school, and my classmates, very smart girls, they are there, they come to school today. And the next morning, they are not showing up, they don't show up. And when you ask, they tell you that they got married. They married them. They didn't get married. They married them. I mean, their parents, their family married them. And we are talking about girls, children, 12, 13, 14, 15 years, not more than 15 years. So they married them without their consent, of course, because a girl, 12 years, 13 years, she's still a child. So she can't make a decision to get married. So the family, they married them. And when they marry them, once they are with the husband, what happens next? They become pregnant, and they are not having only 1, 2, 3, or 4 children. They have many, many children. And when you look at a young lady who is 30 years, she looks like someone with 45, 50 years. She's finished. This is the word that I use, and I mean it. She's finished. So I saw that during my time in the village with my grandmother, I saw that happen again and again and again, all the time, all the time. Young girls, they marry them, and then they have children, they have baby, and they have to look to take care of the new family, because most of the time the husbands are not, they don't have a job. They don't have a job. They are just, you are my husband, I am the head of the family, but the person who really have to take care of the family are women. And sometimes, most of the time, they have many wives. They have many wives. So you are not even the only wife at home. So there is competition between the wives, and you have to take care of your husband, you have to take care of your babies, you have to do this and that and that. Society expects you, a wife, a woman, to do a lot, and with nothing, because you don't have access to loans that you can use to start income generating activities, to be able to go to a bank and get a loan to do something. As a woman, you need a guarantee, and a guarantee is, it can be a farm or a land, it can be a house. And women, we don't have lands, we don't have properties, we don't, unless you use your own money to buy. But you can't have it from your parents, because your parents say, okay, tomorrow you will go and get married to someone, you will join a different family, and they don't want the property to go to another family. So women, we don't have land, we don't have money, so it is very complicated. So when I saw my classmates become, all of a sudden they have to take that huge responsibility. They become adult, suddenly having children, and not only one person, but again and again and again. When I saw that, it shocked me. I was only 13 or 14 years, but I started thinking about doing something to help change that situation, because for me, that was not the world where I wanted to live. It was not a nice place for girls. Girls were suffering, they were being married without their consent, and that was not good for me. I don't know where I got that knowledge, if I can say it like this, I don't know, because I was a little girl, but I started thinking. I saw something wrong, and then I said, I will do something to change the situation. And I won't allow anyone to marry me, to force me to get married before I have completed what I want to do. Because I started thinking about going as far as possible in my studies, because I wanted to just to finish my studies. That is what I will tell my grandmother, I will tell my uncles, I will tell my aunt, and they will get mad at me because I was different. And because I was different from all the other girls in the village, I've always found myself in trouble. But that was not a problem for me. I knew what I wanted, and I was determined to get what I wanted to get. And thanks to my parents' support, because I was living in the village, but my father would come often to see how I was doing, to talk with me, to encourage me to keep fighting and to keep working hard despite the difficult condition, because my father knew that my life in the village was not easy. But he was always there to support me, to help me, and he made sure that I had anything I needed so that I could focus on my studies. He didn't want me to, for example, to get, because he didn't want me to go outside and maybe sleep with someone because I needed part. Because many girls in the village, they had to do that to get part. But my father was always there. He would make sure that I have my books, my notebooks, my pen, my pencil, everything that I needed to go to school. And then after 4 years in the village, I left the village, and then I moved to a different city to continue high school, because in my village at that time, there was not high school. So I moved to a different city and to live with another uncle, and the same thing started again. My uncle and the friends and his friends, they would look for a man for me, because for them, because of the education that they receive, a girl who is 16 or 17 should be married. You shouldn't be all out there trying to go to school and to get this and that. No, you should be married. So my uncle, he will start again looking for a man for me. And again, I will fight, because I didn't want that to happen. And fortunately, I succeeded to achieve my dream. And I met, before finishing my studies, I met my husband, who is a wonderful person, who believed in me, in my potential. And he told me, and he continues telling me every time, that yes, you are able to do it. Go for it. You have my support. You can make it. You are a role model for many girls outside there. So continue doing it. So I am very happy, because with my father, my mother, and my husband, they all supported me. They all guided me. They gave me the strength and that I needed to continue to go for what I wanted to achieve, and then I achieved it. Today, thanks to this support, and I what I promised that I would do where I wanted to go. Thanks to the support, I've been able to start a development and an NGO run, because I have 2 elementary schools and 2 nursery schools that I started with my friends that I made in Spain when I was studying there. And also thanks to the support of my other people in Cameroon, my friends in Cameroon, even the Cameroonian government is supporting me in the project of the school that I have. So because thanks to that support, I've been able to start the organization. We have implemented many projects, and we are still implementing 3 or 4 projects. The 2 schools are still running. And every year we have between 700 and 900 students. Have everything that they need to study and get to the foundation and get what they need to succeed tomorrow. And we have also started another project, which is to make a reusable part, because I discovered that by donating disposable part to girls and women is not enough, because you can't meet the needs of all the girls and all the women in a community. That is not sustainable. And because it was not sustainable, we started to make the reusable part. Since a year we are making it, because our aim is to continue supporting girls so that they can go to school without, at that time of the month, if you don't have your part to protect yourself, you can't get out of your house, there is nothing you can do. And when you are home, you are not going to school, you can't continue. Other people, they are not waiting for you in class. Your teachers, your classmates, they are not waiting for you. So when you go back to school, you miss school, you miss so many things, and then many, they end up just dropping, and that is not okay. So we decided to make a reusable part so that every girl who gets a packet of 6 or 9 parts, she's able to use the same part for years, like between 3 or 4 years, if she takes good care of the part. So that is it. Why am I sharing this with you? Because words are powerful. Words are powerful. We all need to hear other people's stories, other people experience what they have done with nothing, because I'm telling you that I started doing all what I've shared with you. I had nothing. The first nursery school that I started, my mother-in-law is the one who allowed me to use her house. I had nothing. The chairs, the sons to do the renovation in the house, I didn't have money to buy all that. But I had the idea, I had the willingness. I wanted to make that happen. And when you are willing to make things happen, nothing can stop someone who believes in her potential, in her ability to make things happen. Nothing can stop that person. So I decided I want to do this. This is how I envision my village. This is how I envision my community. This is how I envision my country. Many things in this country are not okay. I don't like what I see, and I want to be the change that I want to see. And with that idea, I started moving. I started mobilizing the resources that I had in my environment. People, they all came and supported me. My classmate from Spain, volunteers they came from Spain, they came, and then together we started the first summer painting, doing the renovation in the house that my mother-in-law gave me. We painted the table, the chairs. Other people, they donated chairs. I used my children's toys and my children's my children's book and everything that my children had at that moment. They were not children, they were not babies anymore. I use it for the first nursery school. So what I what I would like you who are listening to me today to know is that we are all able to make things happen. We are all able to build a better world. And we don't need to be multimillionaire to make things happen. We only need to be humans. And humans care. Humans care. And when you care, you do things. You can contribute. There are so many ways to contribute. You can bring your money, you can share your expertise, you can connect people, you can teach, you can lend a hand, you can listen to someone who is complaining and who needs support. This morning, for example, I had a young lady, a young girl in Facebook who sent me a message in Facebook asking me what an advice. She went to school, she got her bachelor, but she couldn't find a job. So she started working and doing anything to be able to eat and to buy her parts, like she told me. And now at 35 years old, she wants to go back to school. She shared her project with people around her, and then they started mocking her and saying, you are too old to go to school. Why are you just sit home? You have your husband, you have your children, so just stop dreaming and then take care of. of your husband and your children. So she wrote to me because she wanted me to share, to help her make a good decision. Then I told her, my friend, you know, you have a dream, you have the willingness, and no one loves you more than you. So what is important for you? You want to go back to school, go ahead and do that. People will always talk. People will always do things that they will always, instead of minding their business, they will lie. They want to tell you what you have to do with your life. But you are the only person who can make the decision that is going to work for you. I share my example with her. I told her I went back to school at 40, after 40, and my classmates were teenagers who were just out from high school, and I didn't care. I had my plan, I had my program, I had my project, I have my mission, and I only focus on what I wanted to achieve, and I achieve it. So for me, there is no problem. It's absolutely perfect. If you want to go back to school, you have all my support. Go back. If you want something, go back and make it happen. And I'm saying the same thing to you. We don't need, if you hear your call, and my call is, I am a social engineer. I strive to make people live the life that they deserve and they want to live. And we can do that. You can make that happen. We don't need to have money. I've done so many things without money. Even the last project that I am implementing now, the reusable part, I didn't have even $1 to start it. But during the COVID, I was sitting home, I was bored because of the lockdown and everything. And then I started browsing in the internet. I already had my project. I wanted to make a reusable part, but I didn't have money to do it. But that didn't stop me. So I started browsing in the internet, which is a blessing for me. I want to really thank people who created that internet thing and WhatsApp stuff and Zoom, because with Mama Marlene, we are able to communicate and do all these wonderful things now, thanks to technology. So I was browsing, and then I came across a project. A foundation in France was looking for projects to support. And then I jumped on that opportunity and said, okay, this is the moment for me to write and send my project. Let us see if I'm going to receive funds. So I did that, and then I got the funding to start the project. And today the project is it is very interesting, and we want not only to serve our community in Banswa, Penka, Michel, in my country, we want to go to serve the entire country, because girls everywhere in Cameroon and even above, outside Cameroon, when they have their period, they need pads to protect themselves, to take care of themselves. Okay, so the needs are there, and I know that I will make it. We will make it. We started, we are doing fine. And where you are determined to make things happen, even the universe support you. There are things happening that you can't control, but you will make it. So this is my message. We are humans. We are our brothers and sisters keepers, and together we'll make this world a better place. It's not only a matter of governments, and no, we are in this all together. And if we each light a candle, the entire village will be bright. There will be light everywhere for everyone. So what inspires you? What are you able to do? What are you good at? Spot your passion, listen to your call, get out and go and share those wonderful skills that you have with the world. The world needs you, and together we'll go home, together we'll build this world, make it a place where everyone feels at home, which is not the case now, because so many children, they don't have skills that they need to survive in a terrible world, because our world is terrible. And there are some skills that they need. Without those skills, there's nothing they can do. They need to learn how to communicate. They don't know how to communicate. I am in Cameroon every year. Before the COVID, I will go to schools and we'll have this conversation with teenagers, and we'll try to help them learn how to communicate and sell themselves, because you can't sell what you can't tell. You can't sell what you can't tell. So this is one of the things that we used to do. And fortunately, the COVID is just letting us start living again. And we will go back to it. There are so many things that our children need to learn. How to communicate, how to take care of themselves, how to take care of themselves. No one else can do that better than themselves. So, but they need someone to hold their hand and teach them how to do it. It's not easy. They are becoming adult. What is happening in their body? Who are they? With all the hormones that are going on inside their body, they become, if we are not there to support them, to show them the way, to help them move in this in this our world, they are going to find things very complicated. So I am very happy that I was part of this project. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to join and to share my story with you. I hope that you learn something, that my story inspires you to go on, to go out there and start something. We can all do something. And it doesn't matter even that it is a school. It can be a school like what I did. It can be a scholarships, because we also give a scholarship to children from a very, very underprivileged family. And we do so many things. We can do so many things. The part that I'm making, that we have started making, with 2,000 francs CFA, I mean, less than $10, you can change the life of someone, of a girl, not only in Africa, but also in India and even in America. There are children in America who have no means. They can't afford the part. They can afford part. So you can do something. I believe in our humanity. I believe in our humanity, despite all the things that we see around us. I believe that we are humans. We love each other. We want to make this place a better place where we can all live together, where we are all going to live together, because this place belongs to all of us. And there is no reason why some people are going to live the life that they deserve and they want to live, and other people cannot live the life that they dream to live. We can make that possible. We can change the world, and that is the message that I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful